Things. So our next event is a speaker in the form of Cara Lee Pierce, who is the nonprofit outreach manager at Klean Kanteen. And Cara Lee was one of the first member company people I met when I started. And she has just an amazing energy and life force and smarts about nonprofit giving, and really has become just a model and beacon for so many people. So I'm really psyched that she gets to share her story and her work with you.
That's tough.
Yeah, so bring it on.
Hi, everybody. Ooh, good sound. Cheers to 1% for the planet. Put my little coat there. Whoops. I really want to say thank you to Jess and to Pauline and to 1% for having me here to share my story. Jess is a fireball. And when I did spend those 2+ hours sitting with her by the pool in Jackson, I definitely feel like I learned as much from her as she learned from me. So I don't know if I'm as awesome as she said, but I do know I love to talk, and I love my job. So I had a really great afternoon and time sharing with her. I'm super excited for this day, for this gathering, and for the dialogue, the peer-to-peer conversation that's already started and will continue to manifest great things. Usually when I talk to a crowd about this size, there either are sales reps and distributors at the sales meeting, or they're elementary school students sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor of the gym to talk about plastic pollution. So this is a new format for me, and I'm super excited to talk to my peers and make some friends. A goal for me at this event was to make some new contacts, some friendly faces, and to walk away with a couple really cool ideas to integrate into our program. And honestly, by halfway through happy hour last night, I'd already accomplished that goal. So it's all gravy after this. So I'm going to hopefully remember to use my clicker. And to let you know that I'm here to share a little bit about my personal journey as a giving manager, and then give you a little background details, nuggets about Klean Kanteen and how we work and collaborate with our partners. I'm going to start with a little background on our company. Sweet. So Klean Kanteen was founded in 2004. Our owners took over in 2006, and in 2008 we became 1% for the Planet members. We're a family-owned company, brother-sister team. And as of 2015, we're ESOP, employee-owned, with the families owning the majority share. Super proud of that fact. Really keeps us all invested and excited across the company. So I know I'm supposed to look down when I click, huh? Klean is a really great place to show up every day. We're located in Chico, California, not Chino, so we're north of Sacramento in California, and all of our 64 employees operate from that facility. Outside of our 2 East Coast field marketing reps that consider North Carolina home, and our 1 full-time on-site quality manager in our factory in China. We have a lot of fun. As you can see, some of the examples. We like to dress up, we love Halloween, we like happy hours, and I'm super proud of the product we make, the work we do, and the people I get to surround myself with every day. So a little bit of my story. I've been at Klean Kanteen since 2010, and willingly, they hired me with 0 experience. Giving, sales, marketing, outdoor industry, national products industry. I was a teacher by trade. I had taken a year off to move my family from Portland, Oregon down to Chico and take care of them. And I had a friend who said there was a job at Klean. And I go, oh, you mean that really expensive bottle company? I literally knew nothing else about it. But up to the point where I was hired, everyone at Klean is about 2 degrees of separation. We're friends, neighbors, relatives. Most of us, again, with 0 experience in sales, marketing, but we had a love for each other, and we had a passion for the brand and what it stood for. And you can't teach that. So we learned how to be sales, marketing, operations, customer service, et cetera. Thank goodness since then we have actually hired some people with skill sets, president, director of marketing, et cetera. But I just think it's a really cool story for us as how we started. And for me, something that I never thought would honestly change my life. So for the past 5 years, my title has been Nonprofit Outreach Manager, and it's my full-time position at Klean Kanteen. And I recognize that that's rare, and it's special, and it shows the dedication and the thoughtfulness from our board and our family to the work that we do for such a small staff to have one full-time employee. It doesn't mean I don't wear like 9 other hats, but that is my full-time job. I am responsible for our 1% for the Planet giving and reporting process, for nurturing and engaging with our 1% partners, for communicating with for 1% non-partners, and for, ready for this, non-1% nonprofits who are seeking relationships with Klean. I get to talk a lot, and I have lots of friends. So I also oversee our product donations requests that come in globally, and I work with our warehouse to make sure that our scratch and dents and discontinued products find really good homes through donations to local and global nonprofits. So super good gig. And I'm not going to argue that it's one of the best jobs at my company, but really it's hard. And I think other people might not recognize how much work we have to put in and how much responsibility I feel like we have. I have a non-discretionary budget. And if you think about it across your company where people are really fighting for every dollar that they get with the hopes that they'll get a little bit more for this project, my money does nothing but grow. And that's it's an honor, and it's a really important responsibility that I'm choosing partners, and I'm working on projects and choosing campaigns that show to our executive team and to the board that the funds are really well spent. For the past 2 years, I've also, I used to fly solo, and now I've teamed up with our sustainability manager and one of our co-owners, and we've created, inspired by Patagonia, our own department of environment and fair labor. We meet weekly, we collaborate often, we share information with marketing for storytelling, and we've drafted our internal position statements on environmental issues. Boom, I did it right. We are a mission-based company from the very beginning. The first Klean Kanteen was created to provide a safe alternative to single-use plastics. The creator was attending a rally at Chico State, and he heard Julia Butterfly Hill presenting. And she held up a single-use plastic bottle in one hand and a military canteen in the other and said, I really challenge somebody to make one of these out of one of these. And that's our origin story. That's really how it happened. The inventor, crazy, kooky, amazing guy, went down to our local hardware store, bought the basic pieces to put it together, and there we had our prototype. So before we bought the company from him, he also used to dress up like the Grim Reaper and go to music festivals and events and tell people that plastic was going to kill them and the planet. So we've definitely come a long way from that tactic. Scary, but honestly, safe and healthy products that allow clean and healthy bodies and a planet is still our goal. So from the beginning, we've supported nonprofit organizations that align with our mission and our message. Our giving partnerships are woven through all components and all departments of our company. It's really part of who we are and the choices that we make every day. So how do we pick these awesome partners? We have 4 pillars of focus for environmental support that help us vet our nonprofit partners. Plastic pollution, land and water conservation, safe consumer products, and environmental stewardship. All of our 1% partners have to be working on one of these issues to receive support from Klean. The past 2 years, we've actually taken another step further for 2 particular issues that we've dedicated the majority of our resources and our external communication to address, which would be clean water and single-use waste. So clean water means a lot of different things to a lot of different people across the globe. So at Klean, we've decided to focus more domestically and talk really from a point of swimmable, fishable, drinkable, accessible. We believe that clean water is a right, not a commodity. And it's really become a human justice and a human rights and a social justice issue across the country and across the globe. And we all know that clean water is good for business. But at Klean, if you don't have clean water or have confidence in your tap water, then you're going to turn to bottled water and away from the tap. And so even though 25% of your bottled water does come from a municipal tap, and most of the restrictions and guidelines are stricter for tap water than they are for the bottling industry. Side note. We partner with organizations like American Rivers, Save the Boundary Waters Environmental Working Group, and Story of Stuff, along with others, to address this effort. Single-use waste, kind of a big one for us. It's what our product is made to be the solution for. We created, with our marketing team, the hashtag Bring Your Own campaign. We've used the last couple years, really been taking off for our messaging ever since. So a couple of fun tidbits for you for the day. 8 million metric tons of plastic enter the ocean every year. Ready? A garbage truck a minute. 1 in 4 fish tested have plastic in their guts, and we're at the top of the food chain. In the US, we use 500 million plastic straws a day, and that's a 2012 number. 98% of plastic pollution in the ocean comes from land-based sources, and experts tell us that by 2050, there could be more plastic in the ocean than fish by weight. So we have awesome partners like Five Gyres, Surfrider Foundation, Johnson Ohana Foundation, Surfers Against Sewage, and others that are helping us to do great work in this space. And we have a lot of work to do. So we know that we really need to be choosing nonprofits that are helping us work on the issues that are important to us. So 2008, we started 9 nonprofit partners, including 1%. And here's my family now. We currently have 3 dozen partners that in 2017 will receive a little bit in excess of $365,000 in cash and donations. I did a little homework and noticed that 7 of our original 9 are still our nonprofit partners. And the other 2 are our friends. We still talk to them, but we don't fund them anymore. Our partners are local, national, global. We are currently selling our product in almost 50 countries around the globe. And so it's really important to us that we be giving in those areas too, not just in the United States. So beyond our 1% international giving, which we do have a few partners, we've started to reach out to our international distributors, 20 plus around the globe, and challenge them and encourage them to find a nonprofit partner working on water or waste in their area. They give their own dollars and have been coming back with incredible stories of relationship building, pride in their partnerships, things that they weren't sure was actually going to happen. That was something that we'd kind of gently nudged upon them, I should say, as part of our relationship. But the stories have been fantastic. We do encourage them to seek 1% for the Planet nonprofits, but it doesn't always work based on geography, and occasionally they've just found a project that's really close to their heart and close to important to them, and so we encourage that as well. So we define our Klean Kanteen partners as someone who receives both cash and in-kind product. We have others, friends of Klean, who just receive donations, discounts, and the occasional opportunity for social media and blog posts. We use the word partner because it's really important to us that this is our relationship. It's a two-way street. I'm an ambassador, we are an ambassador to our nonprofit partners and their messaging, and they are an ambassador to us. They're an extension of our family and who we are and how we are represented out in the world. So it's really important that we have great people around us. I consider myself the backup dancer to our nonprofit partners, and they are the expert. We do continue to learn and grow from them, and our voice has been rising as our experience has grown, and we've become more comfortable talking about the issues. This year, we also became a member of American Sustainable Business Council. We're super excited about them helping us learn and grow our business voice, particularly around clean water. We've also learned from our limited experience that using your voice can be risky sometimes. I saw some social media posts that said, just sell me a bottle, I don't really care how you feel about breast cancer. Or, I'm never gonna buy your product again, I wish you should have just kept your mouth closed, when our president wrote a letter the night before the inauguration talking about how you really should just stay strong and find something that you believe in. Nothing that seemed odd or out of the usual for me, but the great always outweighs a few of those comments. But I took it a little personally. I was really shocked that people didn't really want to know what we cared about or identified with it. So this is what I try to do every day in our partnerships. We work really hard to maintain our relationships with our partners. We try really hard to not be a check in the mail and an annual table at your gala. So I know there was a question earlier about how do you engage a little bit more with your partners, and I really wanted to share with you a little bit of what we do, give you some examples, maybe some nuggets that you could take away, and how we show up and what we do. So, I'm getting a little parched. Here's what I do. I have regular calls with our partners. Some quarterly, some monthly, some more often, depending on the campaign we're working on together. But I want to know what they're doing. What's their campaign for the year? What are their initiatives? How can we share the story? How can we share it with other people? I send them emails on a regular basis telling them what's happening with us. This is the new product that's coming out. This is what we're doing for marketing. We're talking. We host brown bag lunches. We invite nonprofit partners to come and share with our staff, tell them a little bit about themselves so our staff gets engaged, and let them know more about us and who we are and what's important to us. We have 2 all-company volunteer days, local support generally, and we pay our employees 3 days' salary to volunteer somewhere else. Find what they love, figure out what their passion is, and our hope is that they'll get inspired and excited about one of our partners and or one of the local charities or things that are happening around them, and it causes them to find out what gets them excited and puts them on their own journey. For example, for the past 5 years, Klean Kanteen, with our partner at Breast Cancer Prevention Partners, has sponsored one of our staff to become a climber, to climb Mount Shasta. It's an awesome opportunity every year. Or to work with our partners at Nature Bridge and hike through Yosemite as part of the Armstrong Scholars Program and learn about young women who are discovering themselves and their place in the world. We cover their expenses, their salary, and then when they've had their experience, we invite them to come share at a monthly Clean Connection meeting and tell their story, show their slides, give them the opportunity to have a little platform and talk about themselves. They come back excited, and I might dare say changed about their experience. And they encourage other people to sign up for it another time or realize the potential and the opportunity that Clean has given them that they might not have even considered or been able to afford on their own. Oh my gosh, you're amazing. I talk a lot. I didn't think I was gonna get thirsty. Okay, sorry, hope that doesn't. Thanks. We offer discounts to our partners. So all of our partners get an in-kind budget for the year, but when they've exhausted that or they want to have more product, we offer them 20% past wholesale pricing for them to purchase and be able to use for their own purposes. We work with them to explain how to use our product, to have zero waste events, to use it as a fundraising tool, to sell on their web stores or for membership dues. Other ways that they can raise cash actually from our in-kind. We seek expertise from our partners in product design and material safety. They have a lot of knowledge to share, and we have them test our product and give us feedback, and that inspires new design. We sign letters of support. We dabbling, like I said, getting our toes wet in advocacy and policy. We have taken trips to Sacramento and to Washington, D.C. to sit beside our partners and lend our business voice. I think that's really important, and something that we have that we can provide to our partners is to stand beside them, to give the business voice, especially when you're trying to get bipartisan support. We sponsor environmental films and film festivals to get the community engaged and excited about things that matter around conservation, clean water, waste. I share experiences with our partners of other partners. I talk about their successes, their strengths, their experiences, and things for them to might be considered as a weakness or things that they could work on, whether it's fundraising or engaging the community, because they don't necessarily talk to each other as often as they should. So I kind of push that a little bit, and I really encourage and facilitate collaboration. We like partners that play well together and pool their resources. It's really the only way we're going to get the success and the outcome that we seek. So I'm going to use 5 Gyres as an example. Some people who might be familiar with our brand might also be familiar with them. They're a key partner for plastic pollution. They're doing amazing things, and we're really taking a deep dive with them. So this will give you some more specific examples of how we work with them. We've hosted 5 Gyres at both Outdoor Retailer and the Natural Product Expo. We actually give them footprint in our booth to talk about their story, to share information, to have conversations. We host them for happy hours, and we raise funds. We change and manipulate the graphics in our booth to represent our relationship and something that they're working on. It's been really exciting. We've been able to do that for the last several years. Direct to consumer. We did an Earth Day promotion on our website and sold 1,000 co-branded tumblers in 72 hours. It was exciting. It was a limited edition. People love Klean Kanteens, and they wanted to buy something to support 5 Jars. And it wasn't much of a moneymaker for us at all. It was really to generate funds for them and raise awareness about our partnership and something that we cared about. We did a Whole Foods end cap with some other supporters of 5 Jars. Not only did it allow us the end cap, I want to say free, but definitely reduced cost. And it allowed us to get our brand and our partnerships in front of that consumer base that was really important to us. We were actually able to table in a few of the stores to do samples. I would say we, but I'm speaking through my nonprofit voice. 5 Jars was able to be there and talk about their partnerships and the work that they do. We've spoken on panels together to talk about our partnerships, to talk about how important plastic pollution is to both of us. We spoke at a 1% event in Berkeley a few years ago alongside Yvonne and Jack Johnson. Super cool for us to be able to experience that and be a part of the partnership. And we go out with them. We go on expeditions. Both our owners and myself have been lucky enough to be able to go on expeditions with 5 Jars, along with scientists, students, brand champions, people who are really looking to seek out solutions for single-use waste. I've been able to participate in the plastic pollution sampling in cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, Bahamas, Bermuda, and really find out about what this looks like as a global issue. It has and continues to be an amazing relationship. I have built a strong bond with them. The founders are my friends. At this point, I really believe strongly in the work that they do. And I feel that way actually about many of my partners. So we have lots of partners. However, there is no shortage of good people. Great people doing good things, good people doing great things. I wish it was a t-shirt or a bumper sticker, because there's so many amazing people out there. And when they find out that you're doing great things, they knock on the door, they send you an email, and they really want to work with you, which is awesome. And they're doing fantastic work. But I have a pretty full dance card already of partners. And I need to be respectful of my relationships and my time, my resources that I give to them. And I also ask myself sometimes, where would the impact be better? 50 cents to 2 or a penny to 100? So what do I do? What do you do? This is what I do. In Cara Lee fashion, I say no, but yes. So there's lots of other things that we can do to those people that are reaching out to us seeking relationships beyond being a partner. If you are a 501c3, period, or if you are a 1% for the Planet member, we offer donations of product and discounts for you to order. We give you the opportunity for social media and blog posts. I give supportive feedback. If you're a 1% for the Planet nonprofit and you reach out to me, I'm going to answer you and say, congratulations. That's awesome. And I talk to them. Do you have your logo on your website and on your letterhead? Do you identify yourself as a 1% Planet nonprofit when you reach out to people to hopefully push it to the next level of vetting for those conversations? And they appreciate that input for sure. I use my network. Who else do I know in the industry that might be looking for a partner like this or might be interested in what they're doing? And I contact them first, and I ask them how they feel. And if they're open to it, I make an introduction, and I go. So I've tried to do something else to help them make it a little bit further. This is super exhausting sometimes, and you can spend a little bit more time on a no, but on a yes. But I feel a really important sense of responsibility and obligation to help share the knowledge and the opportunity that I have to share with other people. So, do I need to change the slide? Nah. I'm going to tell you a little about how this has affected me. My work at Klean and my circle of influence has changed me as a person. I was an elementary school teacher with 3 little kids, bought buckets of single-use bottles for every family gathering and soccer game I went to, and I recycled my aluminum cans to get a little extra ice cream money for my kids, not because I was trying to save the planet. Today, I'm the person that brings their reusable bottle, bag, to-go-ware, to-go box, wherever I go, and embarrass my children as often as possible, either in the line of a checkout stand or in a restaurant refusing a straw. I eat local, organic, seasonal, and non-GMO foods. I buy vegetables, honey, and other products from the farmer's market instead of when I used to just buy flowers. I buy natural and non-toxic personal care and home cleaning products. I buy quality products from responsible brands that I know are worth the extra expense to have something that lasts longer and supports businesses that are giving back to things that I care about. I look for the 1% for the Planet logo. I've been able to put my first stamp on my passport, swim in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle, while sampling the most pristine-looking, blue, perfect water filled with plastic. I've met the most amazing people. I've had incredible conversations about how we work together and create a healthier world for generations to come. I feel knowledgeable about things that I never used to take the time to pay attention to. I actually live my life with blinders on, thinking that other people actually were looking out for what was important for me and healthy for my family. I'm proud, totally didn't cry. I'm often very emotional, and completely inspired and stoked to go to work every day inspired, and to share with people, family, coworkers, strangers, anyone who's going to listen to me, about the things that I know about. And I've totally found my place in the world. So, as a giving manager, you have a really important role to play at your company and for our network. You have the ability to be the champion at your brand, create programming and partnerships that are important to your family, to your company, to your staff, things that are going to motivate them, that makes you a better business. Klean Kanteen leadership has supported me as an individual to use my passion and my skill set to show up to work motivated and inspired to do the same. I feel we all have the potential as 1% managers to live with passion and to create incredible change in the world. I feel it's really important, it's an honor, and it's a really great responsibility. So hopefully I provided you with a little bit of insight, how important it is to use a network and how important the network is to Klean and how it is to me personally. I'm happy to meet with you anytime, today, forever, if you have any questions or want to have any conversations with me. But that's it. Thank you.